Hello, everybody. It's Mystaria with Lilac Lolita. Sorry I wasn't able to get on the other day. I had some other matters that took precedence. So we're gonna go ahead and play some Genshin today. We're gonna start with our quests. So we got a few things over here. Commissions.
Our bond is strong.
What if I were to go around the ruin garden?
There's no such thing as a perfect plan when you're on an adventure. How are you going to make any progress at all if you keep deliberating like this? If the plan isn't perfect, then we need to be prepared for anything. What are you arguing about? I'm a researcher of ancient ruins, and I wish to embark on a field trip to the Thousand Winds Temple, but I don't deal well with situations involving combat. Mr. Dulon here is an adventurer and has taken it upon himself to make all the necessary arrangements for the temple investigation. Reduce the game volume? Here, let me take a look. Does that sound any better? Is it still loud? A little bit lower. How's that for the sound? Let's see. Now I do not mean to be critical of Dulon in any way, and I know that those ruin guards can be a real nuisance, but he insists on devising a fully comprehensive adventure plan down to the last detail, to which end he calls meeting after meeting. We've had research, investigation, and amendments, followed by supplementary research, further investigation, and round 2 amendments. I just can't take it anymore. Now he says he's found new evidence of monsters camping out next to the temple. I'm begging you, clear them out for me, would you? Just to shut him up, even if it doesn't get us inside the temple. I think I understand what needs to happen. The guy just disappeared. Talk to D. Alright, here we go.
Ha! Judgment! Lightning purified! Stand with me! Inadmissible evidence!
Here we go. Give me all the stuff. No. Up we go. Here we go. Perfect. Patchy. Patchy. Where is Patchy? Oh, here she is.
Oh, what do you like to eat?
Have you wiped out the monster's camp yet? Yep, all done. Wonderful. I'll speak with him at once about a proposed means of entry into the temple. He'll have no excuse to pull me into a meeting this time. And thank you for leading me to a chest.
All right, this'll do.
Wonder if there are any more back here. Monsters. I don't want to deal with them. I just wanted to see if there was anything else. Alright, to the next one. We'll go over here. That way we can heal. Do a little bit of healing. Continue on. Yeah. Defeat 8 opponents.
You're toast! You can't run!
Can't see.
Yeah!
Come on. There we go. Reinforcements. Where are you coming from?
Motion to compel. I'll settle this. Boom boom. Yeah.
That works for there. Come here. Wizard. I know there was a ley line thing happening. Let's see, the one in Mondstadt. Which one will this give? Where's this one? That's all the way up there, the blue one. Okay. That's okay. There we go. To the next one. We'll end the commissions with the dragon spine. And make our way over to the next portion. And we want this way? Ah!
Time for your arraignment! Incinerate!
I would like to be able to see. Thank you.
Judgment!
Give me your loot. Yeah, you got good loot.
You can't run!
Hello. That was the opposite direction of what I wanted.
Judgment!
Not what I wanted. There we go.
Eat this!
Well, commission's complete.
Nice and spicy! Dissipate! Boom boom! Oof!
Yeah. Monster drops. Come on. There we go. Now. Defeat the lava churl. Okie dokie. many things. Okay, now need to do a little bit of healing.
Lightning purified! Wrath of her flame! Chia! Chia! Chia!
Whoops! I got too close.
Time for your arraignment!
There we go. Thank you. I don't think I have anything for this tree. Nope, I need 3 more in order to get them, so that'll have to wait. To the Adventurers Guild. Alright.
This weather's got me in the mood for reciting some laws.
Nope.
Ad Astra.
Commission rewards.
Thank you for completing. Ad Astra Abyss.
Okay. Hooray! Now, do we have any other things for here? Old notes, new friends.
I guess I'll post a commission at the Adventurers Guild.
There we go. Why, hello there. Are you talking about stuff to eat? Hello, sir. Nazafarin? Ah, we meet again, you two. Indeed. One might say that our conversation did concern food, but... what happened? Don't worry, you can tell us. Maybe we can even help. If it's about food, we'll definitely help. Isn't that right? We'll do this for Paimon, I guess. Ah, by Lesser Lord Kusanali, the two of you are as warm-hearted as ever. So this is the issue. After you rescued me previously, I returned to Sumeru and wrote a report about the condiment market in Liyue. Unexpectedly, I was approached by Lord Sanjima Bay, who expressed interest in purchasing the condiments that were the results of my research. This most charitable merchant even offered to support any further research on my part. Oh, such good fortune. I signed right away, if you must know. I then sent my dear friend Parvaneh a letter regarding this, and she gave me her full support. So you're here in Mondstadt to start research into condiments? That's precisely right, my good Paimon. In truth, I should have already begun this research, but Nazafarin wants to work with us by adding her secret condiments to our dishes and letting our customers try them. However, we have restaurant standards that we must maintain, lest we face complaints from longtime customers, so we can't take her up on that offer. We've actually been having this chat for a while now, but we haven't been able to come up with any better ideas. I've been thinking that perhaps we could ask Jean to help. I'm sure she could find the best solution to this problem. Seriously, Jean's super busy all the time, you know, so, could we not make her calm down just for this? We'll help out. Aha, you see, what did I say? The two of you are Nazafarin's saviors as always. Right then, there's no time to lose. Please take this pot with you. We shall do it as we did previously. We will make the condiments, add them to dishes, and invite your friends to try them. That's right, we'll do it just like before. Paimon volunteers to be the first taste tester, by the way. Ooh. Travelers can utilize recipes that they unlock to create seasonings before adding these seasonings to delicious dishes to obtain fragrant dishes. Invite characters in your Serenity pot to try these fragrant dishes out to increase their companionship. Ooh, cool. When you begin making the seasonings, the needle on the slider will move back and forth from the edge to edge.
I guess I'll post a commission at the Adventurers Guild.
Follow the instructions given on the recipe and press the button as the needle points to the corresponding ingredient to add them to the pot. Cool. Number of press attempts you can make will decrease by 1 each time the needle reaches both ends, or when you make a mistake in adding an ingredient. Add the correct number of ingredients before you use up all your attempts, and you will succeed.
Post a commission at the Adventurers Guild.
Or this seasoning making attempt shall be considered a failure. The ingredient needed for this recipe can be purchased in restaurants or at general stores or found in the wild. Okay. Complete the Idle Teapot Talk quest to invite characters into your Serenity Pot to try food. When they try your food, characters
I'll post a
will
commission
increase.
at the Adventurers Guild.
That was a lot. Okay. First, Blanche. Got anything for me? Anything that I need? Not really. Alright, and do you have anything that I can get? Oh, I definitely need more flour. Go ahead and get the fowl. Always gotta have ingredients. Give me it all. Perfect. Now what do we have? Beep, 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 beep. Ah, yeah. Still got that. Gotta do that. And then we got that. Wisdom has built her house. She has sewn out her 7 pillars. Oh yeah, we still got that too. We got these. I'd rather do these first. But we gotta get that one done for sure.
If the Arataki gang stirs up any trouble, I'll drag out. Every last one of them back to apologize.
Gotta look up more things. Okay. 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 Okay, so just making sure to do it in order. Cute. Cute. There we go. Alright, pepper, onion, milk, onion. There we go, that's what I wanted. Oh no! Try that again. Okay. There we go. Peckham, mint, snapdragon, mint. One more time. Pinecone, mint. Snapdragon, mint. Okay. I don't have as many ingredients to do this, but okay. There we go. Whew. I might be able to do this? Okay. Seed. That. I don't think I have enough to do that again. Okay. I do have enough for this. We'll get as many as we can. Yay! Pepper. Pepper. Ooh, I barely missed that. And don't have enough things for that. Rewards. Use the seasonings. Ooh, cute! Cook. Sweet. Increase. Increase. That should be okay. We'll get to that in a second. Let's go to our teapot. We're gonna go ahead and get all of the things from the teapot, and let's give dishes to friends. Let's see what they think. Cubby.
We have put in.
Awesome. Realm Depot. There's not that many things we really need at this moment. Gong on the dot. Important characters take the stage in some productions. Cymbals and gongs must be played early on. No? But we always need these. And backweave. Perfect. Actually, can we get... Oh wait, no, we don't have enough space. Okay, so
If you
let's go
ever
and
have
do
any-
this. Yay, planted. Let's see if we can give the dishes. Let's give them the dishes. Oh, hey them.
Hello. It's nice and quiet here.
Try this. Yay.
A contemporary flavor. Not bad.
We're really that short? He has to look down so far. Oh well.
Hello. Can I do anything for...
Ooh. Would you like to have a chat with me?
It would be my pleasure. Do you know something? Ever since I came here, I don't believe I've picked up a single item of lost property. I'm still not used to it.
So you go around collecting random lost items?
No, they're just items I find while cleaning. For example, a faded headband under a cabinet. Or a ball hidden in a bush by a kitten. Or a bookmark in a corner of the library. Keys dropped at the side of the road. Oh, an unsigned letter of confession stuck in the door of the church.
Where do all these things end up?
Well, I always do my utmost to reunite each item with its owner. But the ones that go unclaimed remain at the Knights of Favonia's headquarters. Speaking of cleaning, this place always seems so clean and tidy.
In no small part due to your efforts.
Oh, thank you. Oh, it's always very fulfilling to work here. More so than when I'm cleaning for the Knights or anywhere else. Because this is your home. Hello. Can I do anything for you?
That was a pleasant chat. Try this food.
How can you make such a simple dish taste so good?
Oh, she got the sparkles.
My admiration towards you just keeps growing.
Oh, she got little hearts. Adorable. Paimon, you're not the first.
You're here! Anything interesting you want to talk about today?
Try this. Sunshine Sprat.
Whoa! That was the tastiest food in the whole wide world! Oh, you're the best!
Xiangling!
Hello! I was just coming up with a new dish.
Would you like to have a chat with me?
Absolutely! Service isn't for a while yet, so there's nothing on the stove.
You really do enjoy cooking.
Yup. Gastronomy just makes me happy. The best part is seeing smiles on my customers' faces. Those are the real fruits of my labor. Oh, and it's really nothing to do with rare ingredients, secret recipes, or anything like that. I just use my own methods and try to bring out the best in every ingredient. Certainly seems to satisfy my customers. Still, it can be difficult at times.
You mean when dishes don't work out? You mean when new concepts don't sell?
That does happen, but I wasn't talking so much about the food as, well, sometimes customers get to talking to each other and they chat for so long that their food starts to get cold. I know I shouldn't really interrupt them, but reheating the food just ruins the flavor.
There's nothing much you can do about it.
Yeah, I know. I guess I just have to learn to not let it get to me. I feel a lot better after talking to you about it, though.
Awesome.
Hello!
So
I
eat
was just
this.
coming up with a new...
Don't worry, nothing too strange. Have this one.
I gotta admit, you're really good at cooking. Next time, it's my turn to show you a thing or two.
Sweet. We got one more to give. One more. Okay. Look, our kitty. Who needs to use the stairs?
Ah, you've arrived. I couldn't help but notice how busy you are these days. If you could manage to find the time to sit and enjoy an opera together, or share a pot of tea, taking...
Try this. Yeah.
I'm sorry. This meal isn't really agreeing with me.
So I got one person who says no.
Huh?
Okay. Nope. To Inazuma. Let's see, where do we need to go? Yeah, there we go. Knock down as many as we can. What does Xavier have for us today? I know I left my teapot. Let me do the things I need. Yeah? Alright, what does he need? Plan our route inside. We can begin in earnest. However, we must avoid the Fatui. It seems we'll have to take the long way. For this thing is rather bulky. It would be best for us to ensure that there are smooth paths for us to take as we move inside. Re-enter the furnace to investigate. If you encounter any broken paths, please help to restore them a little. Okay, I can't. You don't have to restore them to, well, perfect reliability. Just place a layer of wooden planks down so we can move this device across. You can just grab the wooden planks from nearby. I'll remain here and try to make the machine as reliable as it can possibly be. Okay. Butterflies. could use...
Our bond is strong.
Ah!
Stand with me.
Ah! Okay. Okay. We're gonna do this a different way. Teleport there. Because I think we needed to be higher up still. Okay. Alright. Go in from this way. Hello. Big tree. Where? 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 Is that all of them? Okay. Whew. Talk to Xavier. We just gonna fly. Oh, hey, look, there's a thing. We're just gonna swing by and get that real quick. There we go. Smooth as can be now. I'm thinking of all the things that could possibly happen. What we'll do if those mass lunatics have already extracted the core when we enter. They might shove it into some ruin guard, causing it to go berserk and send us all flying. Maybe some sort of elemental creature might emerge as we're purifying the Mikage furnace and might devour the core in a single bite. And in the worst case scenario, that legendary serpent might use this opportunity to resurrect itself. Then we'd be doomed. It'd be game over. Game over. Get a hold of yourself. I'm sorry. My old habits are acting up again. I always envisage the worst case scenarios. I'll make some plans, and once the time comes, let us go and put an end to this. Please go well. Please go well. Please go well. Alright. And I can take off this little pin. Because we got it. I know there's a higher one somewhere over here. Because I don't think I got them all. Alright. Next. Where? Really? Oh no, that's just... Okay, hold up.
Just let me know if you ever... find yourself in a pinch.
Sumeru? Okay, let's just go here for now so I can figure out where I need to go. There we go. Now, where?
If the Arataki gang stirs up any trouble,
6
I'll
to
drag every
12.
last one of them back to apologize.
6 to 12. That's fine. That's cool, we can see all the way out to the desert. Okay, now we can find where we need to go. Here we go. Dia.
Hey, Dia!
Right on time.
Did we learn anything from the criminals?
We'll know any moment now.
Paimon's been wondering. You seem to know Candace pretty well. Have you been friends for a long time?
We've known each other for some time now. She's a pretty interesting person. Even though she's an extremely strong warrior, she never misuses her powers against others.
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot of martial artists say, never take the fight outside the ring.
Yep, I guess you can put it that way. It takes strong convictions to be as dedicated as she is, and shoulder that kind of responsibility. Us mercs, on the other hand, we pretty much live from one day to the next.
Well, Paimon thinks you're great too.
Really? Thanks for that.
Oh, Sino's here, and he's pretty early too.
Yes. I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some interrogation techniques.
Oh, you mean you taught Candace some more persuasive methods?
Right.
Come on in, everyone. Come on, let's go inside.
I love that it was like, instead of beating everybody to a pulp, why don't we use some fear instead? Instill some fear to get the information.
Candace, where? Whoa, you look furious.
Do I? Huh. What gave it away? Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes, and it'll still show itself at the corners of your mouth. Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Still, it's perfectly understandable why I'm angry. I'm sure everyone present would agree.
Yes, ma'am. Please, don't beat us anymore. We're gonna die.
He sounds so
Looks
wimpy.
like Sino taught her well.
She mastered it really quickly, too. Now she's just as terrifying as he is.
You fear death yourselves, yet you do not hesitate to place the lives of others at risk. The absurdity is mind-boggling. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the Village Keepers. They are vital members of our community, and some even count them as family. You come here, to my village, and you treat my people as nothing more than stepping stones towards your goal. Tell me, what would you do to you in my position?
Mercy! Please, have mercy!
You've made your bed.
We may all be desert dwellers, but there is one thing that I understand better than you. The resurrection of King Deshret will only result in war. And war serves no one. The people of Aru Village care little about which god is in power. Life may be tough and tiring, but we wish to preserve our way of life. A war would only cause us to lose all that we have. And that is not a responsibility that you can afford to shoulder.
We understand. We're sorry! I'll tell you everything I know, please. Just let us go.
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this idea. Someone was spreading rumors in the tavern. That's how we ended up hearing about King Deshret's resurrection. Some mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect sacrifice to usher in King Deshret's resurrection. They give their lives, and we can get anything we wish for.
They're called Village Keepers. Slip up again, and you'll regret it.
Yes, sorry. It was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread the word about King Deshret's resurrection, and talked us into helping him. In return, he said he'll help facilitate the resurrection process.
Where are the Village Keepers now?
I'm not sure.
That's one.
Huh? One what?
Strike. You get a total of 3. Then, you die by my hand.
Ooh.
Wait, I'm telling the truth. We don't know anything. It was all him.
2.
He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind of incense. We take them to a junction outside the village. Then the mystery guy takes them from there. You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear. Just ask them if you don't believe me.
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
Do you have any idea who that mystery person might be?
You have to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right away. I'm not risking another beating to keep his secrets. No way. That guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always careful to cover his face. He calls himself King Deshret's envoy.
I believe I may know what's going on.
Uncle Anpu? What do you mean?
Smooth.
Okay, speak.
If my suspicions are correct, this mystery man they speak of could be from the academia. Some time ago, people from the academia attempted to take the village keepers away. I refused, insisting that they are part of our community. It strikes me now that this secretive character shares the same goal they had.
Which means it's highly likely that the academia was purposely spreading a false rumor to trick the radicals into delivering the village keepers right into their hands. They were the ones who brought them here to begin with. Now they're trying to take them back? We aren't gonna let that happen.
Not the academia again.
In Sumeru City, Sataria also mentioned King Deshret's resurrection is just the Academia's misinformation campaign.
Just as I thought. But what could they want with the village keepers?
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the academia. A change in their plans likely means they found another way to exploit the scholars. Regardless, our top priority now is locating the village keepers.
You're right. Isaka's still waiting for news on his grandpa.
Time to go. Let's leave the village and try to track them down.
Yes. Pack up and get ready to leave.
You got it. Candace, I'll let you deal with the radicals. Leave everything outside the village to us.
All right.
Let's meet back here once everyone's ready.
Alright. What you gotta
What
say?
scheme is the academia brewing now?
You look worried. Thinking about the village keepers?
Yes. I'd look for them myself if I could. As members of our village, each one of them is very important to me.
You have a strong sense of belonging here. I guess I'm the opposite. Mercs are stray dogs, wherever they go.
Dia, don't say that. You can be a part of this community too.
Thanks. I'll let you know when I feel like joining.
I just hope everyone's all right.
Alright. Next task. Where do we need to go from here? So many things.
Let's get some food in us and then we'll... Whoa! Where did you come from?
Well, as you can see, I am merely sitting here and reviewing what we have deduced thus far.
You were gone for ages, and now you're suddenly sitting here musing to yourself? Where have you been anyway? Hey, what's with the silence?
You never think things through before asking questions. I'm giving you some time to make up for that.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly nickname!
Go ahead. I won't stop you.
Never mind. Paimon's got nothing. There's just nothing super obvious to pick with this guy. It makes it so hard.
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. So clearly, I stayed in the village to investigate. Anyway, you plan to leave Aru village and keep searching for the truth of this matter, yes?
Yep. We're not gonna find out anything more by staying here, so we thought that we might as well take the search elsewhere. Enough with the silent treatment!
Maybe he's giving us time to think.
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up with him.
All Hatham. You haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru village. Bold of you to question our choices.
That's true.
Yeah, you're all talk.
He just thinks behind the scenes.
While you were investigating, I had my own work to do, which I've now finished.
Really? Paimon doesn't believe you.
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to inform you of my whereabouts. Not to mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some important information that you all had missed.
Huh? Right here in the village?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone. But before that, you need to understand where she's coming from.
What does that mean?
How do you think the residents of Aru village feel about what we're doing? In other words, do you truly believe every single word the villagers tell us?
You mean some of them lied to us?
Hiding the truth does not necessarily equate to lying. Again, these people have their reasons. Remember what Candace said? Most people in Aru Village don't necessarily care which deity is in charge of Sumeru. That's because whether King Deshret or the Dendro Archon has power is of little significance to them. By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply share everything they know with you without good reason. That's why you believe there was no further information to be found in this village.
So you're saying we can find new info from someone we've already spoken to?
Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. In fact, she's been observing your every move since you arrived. The reason being, to someone who only wants to live their life in peace, any external factors introduce unpredictability into the equation.
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Don't change the subject.
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Sino's authority and strength.
Right. You were asking about the mad scholars.
She corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are King Deshret fanatics in the village. If she sounds too friendly towards the village keepers, she could easily make herself the radicals' next target.
I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night.
Remember? She made a point of denying her involvement in anything that occurs at night.
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected Aru Village at night. In other words, the young miss was very much awake during that time.
Then why would she lie?
By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention to herself. As for why she might be so wary about all this, maybe you should ask her.
I'll pass on this one. You said that she is afraid of me. If so, it's best if I stay out of this.
We're on it!
Up we go.
Miss Shawnee, as we discussed earlier, I've brought someone with me.
Mr. Alhaitham, I'm aware of where you stand, but how can I make sure that your friends think the same as you?
Huh? What do you mean? We need to clarify our stance or something?
Go ahead and talk to her. You'll get the answers you want. Go on. Earn her trust.
Is it really that simple?
May I call you Traveler?
Sure thing. Hi, Miss Shawnee.
Hi, Traveler. I want to ask you something. Do you think the resurrection of King Deshret can truly change Sumeru for the better?
No.
Why's that?
Because it'll only result in conflict.
That's very similar to what Miss Candace says. I know you two are friends. That's why I'm willing to talk to you, even though I do have some reservations. Before, I wouldn't even have the courage to ask something like this. Traveler, do you believe our lives will get better?
I can't promise anything, but I'll do the best I can.
Yeah! We came here from another nation, so it isn't wrong of you to be weary. And we aren't really residents of any one nation. But even so, we've met lots of people from different places, and we've always fought for what we believed in. We have friends in Sumeru, and we want to help them. That's why we decided to stay here for a while.
I want to trust you. My apologies for posing my questions like that. To be honest, I didn't expect you to come back for more information.
Alhaitham told us you have your reasons. It's okay. We understand.
The fact is that only one side of my family is desert folk. I don't really fit in anywhere in Sumeru. Some believe in the Dendro Archon, while others believe in King Deshret. I don't belong to either side, and neither side would want me.
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they despise traitors. Do they just think that anyone who's different from them is a traitor?
Yeah. Some people can be so narrow-minded when it comes to bloodline and beliefs. It makes no difference what I say or how I behave. I'll always be suspected of having ulterior motives. Slowly, I just stopped talking to people. I pretended not to hear or see anything. All I want is to live my life in peace.
That's sad.
And then it happened. The village keepers who had helped me disappeared with no explanation, and I didn't dare breathe a word about it to anyone. Until now.
You can tell them. I'm sure she'll keep your secret.
All right. I'll tell you what I told Alhaitham. I actually have a sharper sense of hearing than most. Sometimes, I hear strange crying sounds in the night.
There are ghosts?
Perhaps. I'm not sure. It's faint, but it's definitely the sound of crying. It comes from far away in the distance, and always carries very raw emotion. It used to be louder and more frequent, but ever since you arrived in the village, it doesn't seem to happen as often, and when it does, it's much quieter. I have to focus really hard to make it out.
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They also have someone with a good ear, and he's heard similar sounds at night.
Very interesting.
But, because we're in the middle of a desert, he would rather believe that they are the cries of beasts than ghosts.
Could you make out where the sounds were coming from?
There's really nothing around these parts, except for an old hospital not far from the village.
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar, but it's been abandoned for years.
We need to check out that hospital.
Yeah, let's go!
We'll go. There we go. To the mysterious hospital of the Crying One. Ooh. Yeah. Ah. It's gonna go in front of them. Alright. Yep.
Sounds good to me.
Dissipate! You're toast!
Far away. Yeah.
Open sesame! Oh, now I'm hungry.
This way. This way. This way.
Oh, is this the place? It's in terrible. Monsters! Watch out!
Oh, I guess I didn't put. I guess I didn't put the right people in the party that I needed.
Yeah! Shiver! Level the flame!
Come on, why
Motion
can't I
to
change?
compel.
Reinforcements, huh? Oh, hello, hello.
Time for your ring. I'll settle this. Stand with me. Boom, boom. Punishment. Judgment. Incinerate. Trap of the flame. Motion to compel. Our bond is strong. You can't run. Shiver. Incinerate.
Woohoo!
Stand with me. Out of my way. Motion to compel.
Yeah!
They were easier to deal with than Paimon had expected.
What were you even expecting?
Super strong bandits? Or monsters taller than buildings dropping out of the sky? Or, something like that. He looks super serious. We gotta stay on our A game too.
This is the one.
Cool. He does it for us.
Let's go in and take a look.
Carefully search the abandoned hospital.
Hey, Ethan, we haven't found Squad. Are you sure we aren't wasting our time here?
Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn. Until then, I'm taking a break.
And just like that, he sits down. Wait, he even brought a book to read? What are you reading? Let Paimon see.
Okay, sure.
He sounds reluctant.
Huh? The natural position, which is the positional propensity of an entity in natural motion in contrast with an object in forced motion? Huh? When free from external influences, every entity displays the tendency to follow its natural trajectory?
So, you got that?
Oh, Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya. How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this.
You know, it wouldn't kill you to read a book once in a while either. Maybe it's time to spread your wings and become learned.
Hey, what good is that gonna do for you? You're acting like one of those annoying grown-ups who go around nagging people to focus on their studies.
The more you learn, the more money you can earn to support me.
Hey, what gives? Shouldn't you be the one providing for Paimon?
Isn't that what I'm doing now?
Oh, right. Okay then. Thank you for working so hard and earning so much more. If it weren't for you, Paimon would probably still be floating around in the ocean somewhere. Thank you.
You're welcome, Paimon. What a beautiful blue in the night sky.
Paimon's getting so sleepy. Huh? What was that sound?
There it is. It's coming from that direction.
That's a pretty far away. for sound to be
Is the
carried.
sound coming from here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
It stopped.
It's from below.
But there's no way we can get down there.
Something is off about the interior here.
We couldn't have found that during the day?
As I thought, there's a hidden structure.
Wow. It's like they tucked another hospital into this one. Oh, it looks like there are other mechanisms around here. Let's keep exploring.
Alright, time to solve some puzzles. Ooh, there's a thing somewhere nearby. Somewhere. We'll get it later. Okay. Yeah. We need a key of sorts.
Our bond is strong.
Alright.
Eat this!
Alright. Okay, we need Alhaitham.
Yes?
Alright. Alright.
Here you are.
No! Come on, let me up. Let me up, let me up.
Flicker.
Nothing else down here?
I miscalculated.
Sorry, Alhaitham.
Dissipate.
Now I can heal. Give me the tomato. Wheat. Yeah. Lots of things.
Stand with me. Incinerate.
Ooh. Okay.
Time for your arraignment! Yeah! Yeah! What a nuisance!
Yikes!
Judgment! Yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah! Motion to compel!
I can't see.
Yeah. I'll settle this. Our bond is strong. Judgment. Punishment. You can't run. Boom, boom. Judgment.
There we go.
Inadmissible evidence. Motion to compel. Stand with me.
No. Ooh.
Lightning purify! Our bond is strong. Shimmer!
Yay!
Scatter! Here you are.
Hey. Oh, there's still someone around. He's all the way up there.
Remarkable condition.
Cool. Yay.
Time for your arraignment.
Flicker.
Ooh, more meat. I'm like not even caring about the other one.
You can't run. Motion to compel.
Here you are.
Give me the meat. Whoop.
Boom, boom.
Flicker.
No, I'm not.
Lots of meat.
Motion to compel. Breath of the flame. I'll settle this. Judgment. Boom, boom.
Defract.
I guess so. Ah, there we go. This guy just lying down. Some more guys.
Dissipate.
girl, Cookie, you gotta heal up a little bit.
Huh.
Awesome.
Let's appraise the value on this.
Now, nothing else over here? Nope, not really. Back this way?
Inadmissible evidence! Yeah!
Ah.
Ha!
Oh, there's another way over here.
You can't run! Stand with me!
Hey!
Motion to compel! Out of my way! Looking for a fight? Yeah!
Let me check out you guys.
Breath of the flame! Incinerate! Judgment! Punishment! Dissipate! Motion to compel!
Yay! Another
Ooh,
chest!
we can definitely write this off as incidental gains.
Where did we come from? That way, I think? Oh, that's hilarious. I attacked something on the other side of the wall.
You can't run!
Flicker.
Where else? Oh, here they are.
The process of elimination. Here you are.
More meat. That's everything there. Hey, here it is. Oh, meat, meat, meat.
Stand with me!
Nika, nika, nika. This way? Back up this way, I suppose.
Our bond is strong!
Huh.
Yeah!
Now how do we get up there again? need to do to get up there? Ah. Almost. Almost. No! No. So close to being up top. The heck? Alright, alright. Where were my ledges? I had a ledge this way. Alright. Second ledge over there. And then we need up that way. And yeah, back up again. One, two, other one's over there. Okay.
Lightning, purify!
Oh, I can't see my opponents.
Incinerate! Time for your arraignment!
Flicker.
I would like vision.
Boom boom!
There we go.
Motion to compel. Dissipate.
Ah!
Judgment.
Come on.
Scatter.
Wow, that's all very wasted for there.
Here you are.
Our bond is strong. Boom boom!
Okay.
Inadmissible evidence!
Much better. Nothing for me?
Flicker.
There we go. Still don't have this. Emergency notice. Patient Abbas, male, 23 years old. Hey. Survival will be difficult without professional medical care. The patient's survivability, once found, immediately inform. Don't give up, stay positive. All beings are under the watchful eye of the divine, so don't ever give up. The rest of the document has been rendered unreadable by weathering. Keep a balanced diet, rest regularly, maintain a good mood. One day. Lots of foodstuffs. Old vase. There seems to be the darkened remains of a stem inside the vase. It's probably used to hold flowers. The words "for Evan" are at the bottom of the bottle. It seems to have been a gift to someone named Evan. Hello?
Look, there's someone over there.
We need to be careful.
Good idea. Let's approach him slowly without alarming him.
Wait. You're...
He can't speak, and his eyes are unfocused. But he looks too young to be anyone's grandfather. Also, why is he the only one here?
Didn't expect to see him here.
You know him?
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the Academia.
He's a scholar too? Is he the kind that holes up in a forest and mumbles stuff about training?
No. And that's the problem. Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never trained in the forest, let alone reach Satyavada life.
So how did he become like this?
Leaving that question aside for the moment, him being here alone means that we might be too late. Looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. Perhaps they simply didn't have time to come back for him. There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully drawing a cart that was loaded with something heavy.
Loaded with people?
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry, as if they were afraid of being caught. In their haste, they failed to notice Razak hiding in a corner. The symptoms are identical. Looks like we found living proof.
Huh? Why do you say that?
Allow me to jog your memory. Recall your time at Port Ormos. Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
The Eremite guy who went mad.
Oh, now that you mention it, they're acting the same way.
Correct. The Academia is behind all of this. It isn't difficult to deduce their rationale.
First, the Academia spread a false rumor of King Deshret's resurrection, emphasizing the role of the village keepers, the mad scholars who were exiled to Aru village.
These rumors were all the persuasion that the radicals needed, and those based in Aru village leapt into action. Unbeknownst to them, of course, through rounding up the scholars, they were actually helping the Academia. As well as being able to exploit the radicals for their own ends, this scheme has one further advantage to the Academia.
All the risks and responsibilities are offloaded onto King Deshret's followers.
Interesting.
Life for the desert dwellers has been brutal ever since King Deshret's death all those years ago.
Beneath the surface, feelings of desperation are widespread. Many would give everything they have for the prospect of something better. Anyone looking to exploit that for their own ends simply needs to make a few empty promises.
Even if complications arise, people will see that those involved are all followers of King Deshret,
and look for no further explanation than differences of belief. A deep-seated mistrust of the desert and everyone in it by the rest of Sumeru will make sure of that. The notion of an Academia plot wouldn't even cross their minds. It may seem like a simple strategy, but it is able to work wonders under Sumeru's current circumstances.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. It's in line with the village chief's theory, too. But there's still one very important question. Wasn't it the Academia that brought the scholars to Aru village in the first place? Why does it want them back now?
Throughout this process, one thing has changed. The scholars' identity. First, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were exiles. And finally, they become missing persons.
I see.
An exile is still patently a living, breathing human being. But when someone becomes a missing person, that is brought into question. If you can't find someone, you have no way of knowing what exactly happened to them. That makes missing people an ideal resource.
Resource? For what exactly?
One possibility is that the information in their brains could be extracted into knowledge capsules.
Extracted? You mean Hand's knowledge comes from people's brains?
With the technology of the Sumeru Academia, it's entirely possible. Perhaps the process caused them great suffering, which is why they cry out in the dead of night when no one is watching them.
So, the human brain... Nope, nah, Paimon doesn't want to think about this.
How did you learn of this technology?
I'm the Academia scribe, after all. I'm familiar with their projects. Anyway, judging by Razak's state, the contents of a divine knowledge capsule were extracted from his mind. But something went wrong in the process. Or perhaps his curiosity got the better of him, and he used such a capsule for himself.
Paimon's a little confused. Can they just use anyone's brain?
No, that can't be right. Most of the mad scholars had made contact with the divine consciousness. It's also safe to assume that this knowledge has something to do with the Fatui, the Doctor, and also the Balladeer. They're using divine knowledge capsules to turn the Balladeer into a god.
The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer.
The Academia needs people who have been exposed to the divine consciousness.
That's right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge about the gods is their entire life's pursuit. Extracting canned knowledge is just one of the extreme measures they turn to. However, I can't help but wonder, what do they seek to gain from divine knowledge? The Academia is going out of their way to look for forbidden knowledge, but what is their ultimate goal? I've spent quite some time trying to analyze the contents of the divine knowledge capsule, but to no avail. It seems like my way of thinking is too different from theirs.
You mean you're not even slightly interested in getting your hands on this forbidden stuff?
All scholars seek to expand the horizons of knowledge, but I'm not particularly interested in gods, so I don't share their degree of zealotry. Extracting information from people as if they were lifeless objects? If this is the direction of academic progress, then the Academia may as well shut its doors.
Sounds like you're really against all this.
Of course. The Academia's actions run contrary to their rules. Whether it be academics or knowledge, everything has its boundaries. If those lines are crossed, the rules and order that govern everything in the world will be destroyed. This matter needs to be corrected, just like fixing a typo in a book.
Wait, didn't you step in to help because you felt sympathy for those poor people?
Not to be callous, but no. My criteria are a little more restrictive than that. There is no shortage of suffering in Sumeru, and the same can be said for the rest of Teyvat as well. What do you plan to do about that? Save every last person?
Probably not. Paimon's not sure.
Your motives are more specific and personal.
You can say that. Simply put, I don't blindly place my faith into strength or heroism. I do what I want. The divine knowledge capsule is something I want to investigate in full. That doesn't mean I'm willing to take action for the sake of a few strangers.
Though he rejects the notion of greater moral responsibility, he justifies his actions because they're true to his personal motivations. Someone like him might actually make for a better ally.
Paimon's been wanting to say this for a while. There are a lot of bad guys in the Academia, but you're not one of them. You're their weirdo.
You're probably right. Though I must say, I quite enjoy this feeling of being the odd one out. Uniqueness is also an asset, is it not?
Very true.
Wow, that's a great way to think about it. Paimon's really impressed. If only Miss Shani had a similar mindset, her life would definitely be a lot easier.
I'm just a more likable person than her in general. There's nothing more to it than that.
So what do we do with him?
He won't last long if we leave him here. Let's take him with us. We'll work out our next step after we return to Aru Village.
Alright. Go back to the village chief's house and meet up. This looks like one of those resurrection trees. I wanted to see this. Dusty tableware. Hakim. Evan. Arbas, and Sugar Jar. Interesting. Alright. Back here we go. Yeah. Rules for something as powerful as alchemy and knowledge in a world where magic is involved definitely needs tight reins.
We're back!
You must be tired. You should rest and take some water.
What's the situation?
Who's this?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather. Nevertheless, he's one of the people we're trying to find.
Tell everyone what you saw in the abandoned hospital and share a current theory.
So, at one point in time, the abandoned Elazar hospital served as the Academia's site for extracting divine cant knowledge.
Yep, pretty much.
Their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru village, since divine cant knowledge has been in circulation for a while now. Yet, they fled once we were headed to the village, almost as if they knew we were on their trail. Why is that?
Yeah, why is that?
We may have a mole in our midst. One of us could be secretly revealing our whereabouts to the Academia.
Huh? Are our friendships that shallow?
Looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the issue.
Care to share your thoughts?
Sino, you're the reason why they can predict our movements.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Choose your next words very carefully.
It is simply a logical inference. I have my reasons.
So what you're saying is... Sino's the mole. Interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious one, Alhaitham, since you were always acting alone.
I know. You have a point. But I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like any of us.
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are, General Mahamatra? As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take action against someone, you are required to have all the facts available, including the less than savory details. Simply put, the Academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of sensitive information. Knowing their modus operandi, wouldn't you expect them to take precautions against you? If you want to raise a vicious wolf, you need to make sure that you can avoid its bite.
True.
The Academia is monitoring me?
It's not that simple. The Academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they have a special protocol for dealing with you. Every so often comes a Nyagarbaha Day. On this day, the Academia enters new information into the Akasha through knowledge capsules. I remember seeing a thick notebook next to the control panel once. Its contents were all about the General Mahamatra, his activities throughout the day, preferred methods of enacting judgment, everything.
That's way too much
You're
information
saying
on
that
someone.
the Academia entered my information into the Akasha too? But what's the point in doing that? My actions aren't important enough to be added into the Akasha.
The Akasha is capable of computation. The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting your movements using the data entered. When you would depart, the route you would follow, your destination. It knew all of this.
It predicted my every move.
We got
The
AI.
Academia has been watching you longer than you think. However, the fact that you resigned is proof that their suspicions were well-founded.
So that's how it is. Sino adheres to his principles so strongly that he's actually a thorn in their side. Tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless to the Academia. They need scholars who are easily pliable and mindlessly go after anything they can profit from. Sino, don't take it to heart. This just proves how much of a trustworthy ally you are.
They escaped because of me.
Don't blame yourself. It's not like any of us would have known.
Exactly.
I have an idea. If they predicted my movements, then I might be able to guess where they went.
Whoa, you bounced back fast.
There is always an opportunity for safety after danger passes.
Oh, so that's how it is! Paimon gets it now. If the Academia is trying to avoid Sino, then the safest place would be...
One step behind him.
Yep, that's right!
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going.
You're getting smarter, Paimon.
I must go.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Let's go, guys! After him!
Please, wait! I want to go too!
You want to go too? If so, you have to promise you'll stay safe.
I want to find Grandpa. I promise I'll be careful and not cause any trouble.
Everyone, I leave him in your hands.
Alright.
Yay! Let's go! Remember to pack some food with you! Paimon feels like we're missing someone, though.
Sino first.
I'll be awaiting your good news.
Where's Dia? Where's Dia? She wasn't in that little powwow. Very interesting information. I can't wait to see how this goes. This is a really good storyline. Where to go? Okay, so we need to go over there. Oh, okay.
So, where do we go from here?
Sino, do you remember the route you took?
Yes. After leaving the village, we should head straight toward the desert.
I know the desert like the back of my hand.
Is that because you play here a lot?
Yep. One time, Grandpa almost got lost in the desert, but I was the one who brought him back.
There's something here. What's this?
It's buried in the sand. Looks like we'll need to roll up our sleeves and do some work.
And Paimon thought running around everywhere was already enough work.
Now isn't the time for complaining, Paimon.
Okay. So, we have to dig it out? Whatever's down there looks like it's buried really deep.
With some effort, you managed to retrieve the buried objects.
These are likely fragments of an academia-developed device, something akin to a headset. Looks like there were more than one village keeper. They must have been escorted this way because there are device fragments scattered around here. Let's split up and search the area. Chances are that we'll find other things nearby.
Everyone goes in different directions and starts digging in the sand. After a short while, you dig up another device nearby.
Is this what we're searching for? It looks kind of scary.
This is definitely a device used to extract divine knowledge.
How did it end up buried in the sand? That can't have been part of the plan. They must have been attacked along the way.
Wait, what?
Grandpa, I hope you're okay.
Is the sound
Don't worry.
still good?
Grandpa's gonna be fine.
Since the characters are talking, I want
Razak
them to
didn't
be
display
heard.
any signs of starvation or dehydration, which means that they left fairly recently.
We should be able to catch up.
One more thing. Given that the device had been entirely covered by sand, I believe the attack must have happened prior to the sandstorm.
I agree.
Let's keep going. They can't have gone far.
Ugh, but running on sand is so tiring.
But you're flying, aren't you, Paimon? Is flying over sand tiring too?
Ugh, of course it is.
I want to go up there. Ah, I can't see. There.
Voices, over there. It sounds like an argument.
Whoa, you have really good ears.
Don't get any closer. They'll notice us.
Dia's talking with the Eremites? Very interesting. Let's listen in.
If you had informed me sooner, there'd be plenty of room for us to...
You're one of us. We would never lie.
Scholars. You don't know as much as I do. Need me to...
I knew it. That's our Dia.
Dia? Why would you? Dia!
Kid, no!
Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
Didn't you say you'd help me find Grandpa? Why are you on their side?
Well, look who's here. Ain't that something?
This complicates things.
You've betrayed Aru village?
So, this is the great General Mahamatra. Dear, you'd be better off as my assistant than hanging around with this motley crew. Seen for yourself, I have the means and methods, and my ideals are far more admirable than theirs.
I'm not the type that's easily swayed, Raman. You of all people should know that.
Wait, what's going on, Dia? Whose side are you on here?
Shut it, Paimon.
It doesn't matter. Whichever side you pick, nothing can deter us from the grand mission of resurrecting King Deshret. Once our Lord of Old returns to this land, we will have a new beginning.
Face the facts, Raman. It's not gonna happen. You should understand that more than anyone. Have all your years as a merc taught you nothing about placing hopes in a ruler?
I'm a desert dweller and a proud follower of King Deshret. Whether I live by the edge of the sword or in peaceful comfort, my soul will always carry this conviction.
It's not too late yet. The village mad scholars aren't gonna bring King Deshret back to life.
You don't understand, my dear lady. Pursuing our faith is our purpose in life. Even if the chance of success is 1 in a million, we must be willing to give everything we have.
Even if it'll expose you to the academia? Even if they end up disbanding the Eremites? Your Eremites, which you've worked so hard for all these years?
Yes. We've waited a long time for this day to come. The sun and the moon no longer shine here. All you see now is cracks in this desiccated land. But fate has finally dealt me a hand to play against the Academia. With these scholars in our custody, we'll stomp the Academia's forces and fight our way beyond the wall of Samiel.
Ridiculous. Think about it. The Academia controls the entirety of Sumeru. Your powers are negligible in comparison. If you still don't believe me, then try asking these two men. They're also against the Academia, but neither of them are as arrogant as you are.
They look more like pawns of the Academia to me. Why would I listen to anything the people of Greater Lord Rukkhadevada have to say? Filthy traitors. Your god abandoned all honor and betrayed King Deshret. We desert dwellers will never trust the likes of you.
It's impossible to communicate with someone so hostile. Perhaps we should.
Do you really believe that by kidnapping the scholars, you'll be able to negotiate with the Academia?
Huh? I'll hate that?
These people have no value as bargaining chips, but I could be persuaded to take their place as your next hostage. These scholars were exiled from the Academia. I, on the other hand, am their current scribe, and will be a much greater asset to you.
Wait, you can't be serious.
Actually, that's a very good plan.
You want to trade places with the hostages, do you?
Precisely. Any wise person would gladly accept my offer.
What are you thinking? What if they decide to kill you instead?
But they won't.
Well, that would be bad luck for me. However, I'd get the chance to observe the scholars, perhaps even find out the truth.
Think you can talk me over with that confident look of yours?
I'm not trying to persuade you. I'm using this as a means of joining forces against the Academia.
You are the scribe. What do you have against the Academia?
Not all desert dwellers believe in King Deshret, and the same applies to the Academia. Why must all knowledge seekers approve of the Academia's way of doing things?
You Academia scum. Every last one of you is nothing but a hypocrite, just like everyone else on the other side of that wall. I've made myself clear enough. I won't listen to another word from the Dendro Archon's people.
Not so fast. I'll hate them. Do you stand by everything you just said?
I never make empty promises.
You know you're making a dangerous decision, right?
I do.
Good. Raman, hear me out. These people are my friends. Maybe you can't take the followers of the Dendro Archon at their word, but what about me? Do you trust me?
We've known each other for years. Of course I do.
In that case, I'm willing to vouch for their honesty with my right arm. Come on, Raman, don't be a coward. If you're serious about taking on the Academia, you need to steel yourself. You can't be afraid.
Huh. An arm from the Flame Mane. You've piqued my interest. But what if you refuse to oblige? What should I do then? No one's a fool here, Dia. We're mercs. And mercs don't tend to live long unless they have their wits about them.
You're not wrong, but this is different. I promised my friends that we'd bring back the village keepers together.
Let's do it right here then. Give me your right arm as proof of your resolve.
Don't listen to him! He's not even trying to negotiate! He just wants to make things more difficult!
That's fine.
Are you crazy?
We came here to save lives. One arm for that many people is still a pretty good deal, if you ask me. Raman, I'm holding up my end of the deal here. You'd better not let me down.
Sure. Go ahead and cut off her right arm.
No!
No! Dia! What are you gonna do? Think of something!
You don't have to go this far.
That's not for you to decide.
Do it!
Dia!
Dia! Run!
Stop!
What's wrong? Can't do it?
Flame Mane, you and I are both desert folk. Cutting off your arm is no different than cutting off my own fingers. Where's the sense in cutting my own kin to pieces? You've shown me that you're serious. Go on now, take your friends and leave. Meet me in the desert at noon tomorrow.
Why'd they have to be behind the bush? Can't see behind the bush.
Phew. I was really counting on him not going through with it.
Dia! That was crazy! Have you all lost your minds? What if he'd actually cut your arm off?
Then I'd just have to hold my claymore with my left arm.
Please don't do that ever again.
Okay, I'm sorry. But sometimes when you're out on a limb, you gotta double down to seal the deal, you know?
Ha. Out on a limb? Ha.
Don't ever make a promise like that again. I can deal with the likes of them. If it came down to it, you would not lose to them either.
I don't doubt it, Sino. But this is about more than me and them. There's a lot more where they came from. Even if we got rid of one bunch of radicals, there are others out there. Wiping them out would do more harm than good.
As you wish.
I'm sorry, Dia. I should have stayed put and listened. I should have trusted you.
It's okay. I promised you I'd help find your grandpa, so I'll do whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes? You just might be scholar material.
Huh? Are you serious?
The Eremites once said that I was a lunatic. Perhaps a little madness is essential to be successful in research.
Why does it feel like he's using his praise for me as an excuse to brag about himself?
I think he was just stating the truth.
Okay, let's get moving. We should head back to the village and rest up. Today was just a trial run. Noon tomorrow is gonna be the hard part.
We'll return to our village and rest in your rooms. What are the chances of success? What are the stakes? No way of knowing. Now, I want... No! I wanted to get the waypoint while it was near me. Why couldn't they just let me get it? Six. Alright. Need one more day. There's everyone else.
You're all here so early.
Looks like we have everyone here. Isak, are you sure you want to come with us?
I'll watch from a safe distance. Dia, I want to be there to bring Grandpa home.
Okay, let's go then.
Dia, wait.
What's the matter?
I heard that you were quite reckless yesterday. No more of that today, understood? Or I'll be very upset with you.
Fine.
Oh. Let's go ahead and... Where do we need to be? maybe over here. I could probably go to... I guess it doesn't matter which way. To go that way. Somewhere here. Somewhere here is... Ah, there it is, there it is. There it is. Oh! Hello. Okay, it's a ramp. Okay. I know I'm taking a little bit of a detour.
Need the help of an elder.
I want to know how high this goes. Dragons. Where am I supposed to go on this? Why is this going up and down as it is? Is there something high? Heh. Oh, hello.
Here you go.
Sweet.
Thank you, Madame Farazan.
I don't know what that was supposed to do. But I want up here. And the agreed upon area is over there. Time to put my party back the way it needs to be.
I'll bring my seasonings.
Perfect. Where are you? Where's Dish going? This is going pretty far. I already have that waypoint. Ah. Go to your little pedestal.
Open sesame! Oh, now I'm hungry.
There's a couple things over here. Money. Oh, how do I get in here?
Race you!
Yeah.
Now I got stomach cramps.
There's some interesting things over here. Huh. Why can't I do that? I haven't been activated. Around the corner. Ah, there we go. How high are these walls? Aha. farther.
Race you!
Ah! Alright, let's try this again. Yeah.
What a bountiful harvest! Race you!
Before continuing. Let's see. Need to. Ooh. That was easier.
Race you!
Now. Release. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Where's that going? Go where you need to go. Yeah.
Open sesame! Oh, now I'm hungry.
Where does this one need to go?
Race you!
I don't know where that one needs to go, but I'll do that puzzle later, I suppose.
Huh. They got here before us.
Uh-oh. Is it because Paimon overslept by 5 minutes and held everyone up?
You didn't have to admit to that.
Is everything ready?
Absolutely. Although, you brought fewer people than I imagined.
Bring him over.
Grandpa! Why is there only one of them?
Rahman, I've always thought of you as a man of his word. What's this about?
It's a one-for-one exchange. Sounds fair, don't you think? And let me put it this way. Agreeing to any kind of deal with the Dendro Archon's people is already a huge compromise on my part. Don't you think you've asked enough?
You stay right there!
Battle? Ooh. Go, Gia, go! Go, Gia, go!
Playmate! What do you think you're doing? Don't you see this blade here?
You coward! Why are your hands shaking?
Wait a second! It's a earthquake!
He protected him.
Paimon's dizzy.
Is everyone okay?
This day's going just great.
What a nuisance.
The sand dune collapsed. I saw an energy field. The village keeper protected us. It glowed green with dendro. Just like you said, it may well have been the remains of Lesser Lord Kusanali's power inside the scholar's body.
No doubt. You finally believe me.
The Dendro Archon. The present one.
Grandpa? Grandpa? Oh no. He's getting confused again.
Hey, look around you.
Did there used to be a temple here?
It seems that when the sand dune collapsed, it exposed these underground structures. The symbols on the gate belong to King Deshret's civilization. This structure must be ancient. Over time, the sandstorms completely buried it and left it in the state we see now. It could have been an underground palace in the distant past.
Oh, a miracle. Praise King Deshret!
What's he doing here? And his men too?
They must have fallen down here with us. Pretty lucky if you ask me. Most of them seem in really bad shape. Except for him. He got off lightly.
Mind your head.
No, this isn't the time for conflict. Our exalted lord has shown us the way to his sacred palace.
He's not actually gonna go in there, is he?
As it happens, I want to take a look inside too.
What are you doing?
Don't you think it's curious? 1 minute, Lesser Lord Kusanali's power protects us from harm, and the next, remnants of King Deshret's civilization appear. Two major deities are vying to showcase their power to us. It would be a shame not to witness them both.
Paimon thought you weren't interested in gods.
Indeed. In my view, gods are just a higher form of living being. Or creature, you could say. New discoveries are always worth investigating. Whether they have anything to do with gods is neither here nor there.
Raman, what are you gonna do about your men?
I'll just let them lay here. King Deshret will take care of his people. Right now, I'm going inside.
In we go. Oh, okay. Sweet. I got everyone I need. have the volume turned up for cutscenes like this. So hopefully you guys can hear it. Let me know if you can't hear it well enough.
It's
or if
full
it's
of
too
life
much.
here. This defies comprehension. It looked completely desolate from the outside. Yet, it flows with energy inside.
Yeah, and there's so many plants. It's so pretty.
Sir Rahman.
Huh? Me?
Do you see another Rahman here?
Are you mocking me? What do you mean, sir?
Interpret it however you want, but there's something I'd like to draw your attention to. While this structure is clearly left over from King Deshret's civilization, the energy that flows in here is that of the Dendro Archon.
Whatever you say. It's not like I have a vision.
There's nothing to be angry about. Think of this as an academic journey.
It does seem kind of strange. If that's true, then we might have to explore this whole area to find an explanation.
Dissipate.
We'll go one by one. Interesting. Look up at the hall as a mortal and listen to King Deshret's holy guidance. Oh, cool. Something happened with that. Okay. I guess we can't climb that. Maybe we can climb this. No? Okay. Something else about that guide? Good. The hall is immortal. Listen to King Deshret's holy guidance. Huh. But if we can't climb... Keep rotating this. Okay, there we go.
bond is strong! You can't run! Incinerate! Dissipate! Our bond is strong!
There we go. And I guess we can go this way.
Lights out! Judgment! Out of my way! Stand with me! Motion to compel! Wreck of the flame! Yeah! Judgment! You can't run! Boom boom! Our bond is strong! Incinerate!
And I suppose that's just the other way down. It's a moving maze. Is this the way? Yeah.
Motion Judgment!
Hey, yeah! Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
Dissipate!
What's that? Oh. Interesting. Ooh, is there something here? Yeah. Dang it. Okay. Gotta wait for it to come down. farthest. Dang it. Nope. Interesting, okay. After 6 days infiltrating the temple, I finally understand the priest's parlor tricks. Elevator will descend upon the ground. Sorry, before it starts ascending again. Nonsense like forbid. Okay.
Stand with me! Lightning purified! Inadmissible evidence! Punishment! Yeah.
I'm probably gonna have to read that again.
Dissipate! Nice and spicy! Incinerate!
Okay. We'll descend to the ground, get on top of it before it starts ascending again to reach the dome. Nonsense like forbidden ground ahead, mortal shall not pass, or whatever are just made up by the priest to hoodwink us. I leave this method here in hopes that the people of King Deshret, who shall travel here in the future, shall freely enjoy the privilege of witnessing his sacred presence. Top of it before it starts ascending again. Before it starts ascending again. Supposed to So how am I supposed to get to that? Oh, do I need to climb up maybe? Maybe? that again. Okay, I see. Yeah.
Stand with me! Looking for a fight? Wrap up a flame! I'll settle this! Motion to compel!
Eat this! Help!
You can't run! What a nuisance! Boom boom! Motion to compel! Judgment! Incinerate! Inadmissible evidence!
Yay. I'm confused. What is this? There we go. Just had to make sure they all face the same way at the same time. Nothing about that way. Nothing about this way. Nothing about this way. Okay, I guess this is the only way. Ah.
Dissipate!
Now that's a sight to see.
Ooh.
King Deshret's splendor surrounds us.
There's so much vegetation here. It's different than what I expected.
Sure are a lot of plants for a desert.
That's what I call divine providence of King Deshret.
Hello. Ooh. Oh, it's so pretty. Isn't this that tree? This is not that tree.
It's getting brighter. Oh, it looks so beautiful.
And where'd the
Wait, what's that?
A load of flowers. And it looks like there's something among them.
Looks like a tomb.
These are King Deshret runes.
They left something behind. Yes. It's an elegy written in an ancient script.
What does it say?
Here lies our faithful priest Kasala. His wisdom is a miracle among the people, deserving of high praise and admiration.
You can read ancient King Deshret script?
Of course. Every student needs to master at least 20 languages before they graduate.
Man, to know 20 languages. I love it.
He's not serious, right?
There's still something off about this place. The elemental energy here is too concentrated. The scent of life. Is it trying to tell us something?
Is this it?
Analyzing.
There seems to be a hidden message among these skeletal remains. Excellent. There's a device from King Deshret's civilization in this gravesite. I'll transmit the information over and project it for everyone to see.
Isn't sharing knowledge against the Academia's rules?
Yes. However, under the circumstances, I'd prefer you to see this for yourself. You'll understand after watching it.
Civilization is born of knowledge, but so too can knowledge be its demise. A disaster caught us unaware. It was knowledge that did not belong to this world. King Deshret brought this forbidden knowledge into our world, and it quickly spread like a plague. People's minds were filled with crazed whispers. Dark gray scales spread across their bodies. Even the land was stripped of its vigor. Only a desperate, deathly silence remained. Were it not for greater Lord Rukkhadevata from the forests, the damage would have been irreversible. She summoned the priests to build temples and infused into them the divine power of life. The disaster was miraculously tempered, and the embers of our civilization were preserved in Aru village. Alas, the miracle could not last. As long as forbidden knowledge continued to exist, it would forever blight this world. In the end, the proud king of the desert, my eternal lord, chose to sacrifice himself. I have spent my whole life since guarding one of these many temples. But now, my duty is coming to an end. As I close my eyes for the final time, the sight of that noble deity will appear in my vision once more. In helping King Deshret to eradicate forbidden knowledge, she exhausted her strength, and her form became that of a small child. How strange. Now that I think of her, I no longer have any fear of death, for I sense that the spirit of life will abide with me during my eternal sleep. Children of the desert, cling no longer to past grievances, but hold tight to the memory of this act of benevolence.
What was that?
The priest's memories.
No, impossible.
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. So the former Dendro Archon and King Deshret were never enemies at all.
But this doesn't make any sense. The Dendro Archon's followers, they're clearly...
Was that the former Dendro Archon? She became so tiny in the end.
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata came to the rescue of King Deshret and his people, but eradicating the forbidden knowledge took so much of her power. The two deities' followers have resented each other all this time, completely unaware that their gods stuck by each other through life and death.
You might be distrustful of the Akasha, but there's no reason for you to doubt King Deshret's technology. You've just witnessed his priest's last words.
I've never heard about any of this before. The surviving followers of King Deshret all gathered in Aru village. Our god did not make mistakes. We refuse to believe any of the rumors. King Deshret's death, the all but total annihilation of our civilization, it was all Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's doing. We saw her as nothing more than a traitor, who stabbed us in the back in our moment of crisis. Just like us humans. Fighting, feuding, double-crossing each other to survive in the desert.
You were blinded by your prejudice.
If I hadn't seen this for myself, if I hadn't witnessed his last words with my own eyes, ears, and heart, how could I ever begin to accept this? The truth is so far from what I've always known. Am I really supposed to believe that after all these years, all this time seeking revenge, suddenly now my enemy is my savior?
Raman, that's enough. Give it a rest. You're starting to make a fool of yourself.
Dia, tell me, my Eremites and I, what are we even fighting for?
Roman takes some time to collect his thoughts while the rest of the party... Roman's reaction is nothing strange.
Hey, how you doing?
I'll live. Thanks. I should probably go. Can't just stay here forever.
What's your next move gonna be?
Oh, I know what you're going to ask. I feel deeply ashamed of everything I've done. You'll get everything you're asking for. But please, give me some time. After everything that's happened here today, somehow I need to explain it to the others.
It's not gonna be easy.
Well, I guess that's for me to deal with. Dia, this is where our camp's located. Make a note of it.
When would be a good time for us to go?
Tomorrow. I'll convince everyone that we're all on the same side. And I'll return every last one of your your village keepers. We'll share our other resources with you too.
You seem to finally understand that our true enemy is the sages.
Yes. The gods never gave up on anyone. It's the people responsible for all this that need to face the consequences of their actions.
That must have been rough, but he seems to have figured things out now.
Ramon's no fool. Being the leader of your own faction in the desert is no easy feat. It's too bad he was held back by his belief in King Deshret. But now that that's changed, I guess we have a few more people on our side.
This is a turn for the better.
The outcome, at least, is favorable.
We should get going too. Let's head back, have a proper meal, and a nice, long sleep. We'll need all our energy tomorrow.
Hmm.
Sino, we're leaving!
Stop yelling.
Yeah. Nothing else to explore? Such a big, pretty tree. Could we climb it? Nope. Climbing is not an option here. Snuggle, snuggle, Mio. You so happy? Lying next to Daddy. Good kitty. Alright, where do we need to go now? A long way away.
Raman, we're here.
Everything's been arranged. Someone will bring the village keepers back to Aru village shortly.
I guess all I can say now is thanks for agreeing to help.
Don't mention it. I think we can both agree you went to hell and back for it.
He's got a good voice actor.
But we share a common cause now. From here on out, we're allies.
Where are the perpetrators?
I'll bring you to them. Follow me.
So these are the people who kidnapped the village keepers.
Oh no, it's the scribe!
There's no need to yell. No one can help you now.
We've been all over the desert trying to find you!
That's right.
General Mahamatra? No, no! Make it quick, please! Swift and painless!
Whoa. The moment they set eyes on Sino, they turned pale like they've seen a ghost!
You should have known that I would be coming for you.
Wait, we were just following orders. You know what I'm talking about, right? There's no way we could have done all this by ourselves.
No, not Sino. He's gonna tear us limb from limb.
I could do worse.
Please have mercy.
Start talking. Otherwise, I'll have to resort to other methods.
So, your superiors have kept you quite busy recently. Why? What are they trying to accomplish?
They wanted to extract canned knowledge.
Don't play dumb. You know what I'm really asking. They extract divine canned knowledge. Then what?
I really don't know how to explain it.
Well, you better start talking or you'll be sorry!
You don't want to make things any more difficult for yourself, do ya?
May I ask them a question?
Be my guest.
The sages are trying to create a new god, aren't they?
Huh?
Uh-huh. That sure didn't sound like a fancy metaphor or anything. You're serious, aren't you?
How did you know?
There's no use hiding it now. Yes, you're right.
His voice actor doesn't really match his character.
The Academia is working on an important and potentially world-changing project. They are creating a new god. A god that will belong to them and to the people of Sumeru. It may seem as if Sumeru's academics are thriving, but ever since the death of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, scholarly breakthroughs have been few and far between. The withering of Irminsul has been getting worse recently. The sages have tried everything they could think of, but nothing's worked. I'm always hearing them say things like, if only Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was still with us.
Continue.
And then, someone from the Fatui showed up. They called him the Doctor. He brought a gnosis and said he wanted to borrow the Academia's research facilities. The Doctor was previously expelled from the Academia. At first, the sages looked down at him in disdain. But when he said those words, everyone's expression changed. He asked them, Do you wish to create a god?
This is what the arrogant ignorance at the extreme end of academia looks like.
First, the Academia spent a long time constructing a divine vessel, which was based on an exquisite humanoid puppet. After that, they harvested dreams via the Sebzerus Festival Samsara, maximizing the Akasha's output. With the Doctor's help, and the Akasha now functioning at maximum efficiency, they were able to use it to extract the power from the Gnosis and convert it into a divine core. Next, they decided that their new god needed to possess divine wisdom. For that to happen, they needed a huge quantity of divine canned knowledge.
It adds up.
But how do you determine whether the knowledge extracted is of divine origin?
Call it an educated guess? The Academia has been trying to figure out the exact source of the Scholar's madness for centuries, but to no avail. Nobody can explain the cause of this phenomenon. Surely you can see what that implies, Scribe Alhaitham. If it's knowledge no mortal can comprehend, then it must be something only gods are able to decipher. In other words, it's the source of the God of Wisdom's omniscience and omnipotence.
But the sage's end product won't be Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. It will be the Balladeer.
You must have noticed by now. The Academia doesn't care about who their god is. It's the ability to exercise control over knowledge and wisdom that matters. It is as if they are cursed with a desire for omniscience and omnipotence that burns in their blood. Some organisms demonstrate phototaxis, and thus orient their entire lives in respect to sources of light. For the sages, their only source of hope is the existence of a deity who embodies the acme of wisdom. This is but a form of phototaxis. For many scholars, the absence of a god of wisdom means stumbling in the darkness for the duration of their lives.
Then what does Lesser Lord Kusanali mean to you? Is she not a true god present in this world? If you already have a new god, why try to create another one?
From the beginning, the Academia has never treated her as a god. When the Academia first discovered Lesser Lord Kusanali, the newborn god of wisdom, the sages hoped that she would be as wise as Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But upon evaluation, they found that at the time she possessed no more intelligence than any ordinary human child. The sages never had a ruder awakening. This forced them to accept that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata had indeed passed away. Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali's Gnosis had been used to power the Akasha this entire time. By herself, she has neither an Archon's raw power, nor the spectacular insight expected of a god of wisdom. Slowly but surely, people began to forget about her existence.
So, this is the path the sages have chosen.
Even now, they still refuse to acknowledge Lesser Lord Kusanali. I never imagined a god could be subjected to such cruelty.
All right, let's try to keep our cool. If everyone's in a bad mood, then let's change up our scenery. Rahman, give me a few men to help us escort the village keepers back to the village. And these two scholars, they're coming too.
Sure, as you wish.
To our village. They could have nurtured her instead of basically making her a shut-in and stealing her power.
The village keepers you found have all been returned to their homes, and each one has a dedicated caregiver to look after them. The two new scholars are being kept under close supervision, too. Really great work, everyone.
The atmosphere is so heavy.
It's hard to not feel weighed. It's hard to not feel weighed down by what we just learned. Despite everything Lesser Lord Kusanali has done for her people, the Academia has abandoned her in the sanctuary of Sarastana like a lost cause. Even those she protected have never realized there's such a small and childlike god in the world.
Hey! Say something! Stop spacing out!
Come on, is there nothing left to talk about? In that case, let's all get some water and try to think about something else.
Or I can go fetch some snacks.
Oh! Paimon's so coming with you!
Do you have any plans, Traveler?
Gods above, you're not talking about work, are you?
I want to share everything I know with all of you.
So you were still withholding some information?
Yes, I'm sorry. I had my reasons, but now I know we're all in this together. Candace and Paimon bring over snacks and tea. Dia is relaxed, so her mood hadn't been affected by the heavy conversation at all. Sino has a firm and sullen expression on his face. It looks like he's made up his mind about something. His core beliefs, motivation to pursue. While Hatham also turned toward the crowd. He wants to listen. Whole story comes out. Everything is shared. Everyone will fight for the same goal.
Even though we lived through all of this firsthand, it still feels super surreal to hear you talk about it again.
It's everything we've experienced so far in Sumeru.
What a whirlwind of a story. I felt like I was holding my breath the whole time.
It seems like there will be more issues to face in the days ahead than I'd anticipated.
Still, now's a good time to make our next move. Now that Ramon's joined us, we'll be an even stronger team.
It's time to make a plan.
Indeed. These events are a flagrant transgression of the rules in every sense. We cannot allow it to continue.
So, everyone, are we on the same page?
Crush the sages and rescue our god. That is our ultimate goal.
No matter what lies ahead, I will do my utmost.
Well, let's brainstorm a little more about what other resources we can draw on.
The next time we gather here, we must have a solid plan.
Yep, it'll work out for sure.
Right. We can try and make a couple of wishes. What history do we have? Alright, let's see what my pity is. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. Oh, 76. I'm so close. Let's give this a try. Yes! Heck yeah! We got Ayaka! Oh, yes! Perfect! I guess we can see what else we can get. Ooh, yeah! And sucrose. What else? Nothing there. Oh. whoops. And last one. Okay. Okay. That's all I can do for wishes. So let's see what everyone has to say.
Don't rush. This is a big undertaking, and the planning and preparation for what lies ahead will no doubt take some time. Take it slowly. We need to make sure the plan is as effective as possible.
He's starting to read his book again. Hey, are you even listening?
Would you like me to lend you something to read?
No way. Your books aren't quite to Paimon's tastes.
I was joking. I know my books are far too difficult for you, and I have no intention of lending them out.
Ugh, you're so annoying.
In the past, I never imagined that even the gods could suffer from hardship. If we can find a way to change all of this, well, this
nation become a better place.
The past few days have been some of the most challenging work I've ever taken on, and none of it'll earn me a single mora. I can't believe it.
Look on the bright side, Dia. Maybe we'll get a huge reward after this is all over.
You've got a point. Hey, what would you do if you woke up tomorrow with more money than you could ever spend?
Paimon would buy boatloads of tasty snacks.
Of course.
That's it?
And maybe some tasty drinks as well?
How adorable. Well, here's to all our indulgent fantasies. If there's a chance they can come true, I'll give it my best shot. And here's hoping that everything we do from now on will change this world for the better.
You must let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Though I cannot leave Aru Village, I can't help but feel stirred when I see the looks in your eyes. I've never felt as roused as this when fighting alone in the past. I suppose this must be the power of camaraderie.
Alright. Let's see if they have anything to say. My old pal, what do you think? When we're too old to remember anything, will there be any young people willing to take our places? Of course, don't say things like that. Our village may be small, but we've got quite a lot of decent youngsters here. Never mind the people who came back from working with the Eremites. Even Kazim's boy is working hard, you know? Ah, true. You're right, I must have been overthinking. I'm sure we'll have more reliable successors than like Candace in our village. Of course. Speaking of Candace, remember when she was a little girl? How she'd go to the wrong house because of her poor eyesight? Yes, that did happen, I believe. Between the two of us, I guess you're the one with good memory. Cute. Cute old men.
Your memory is far superior to mine.
Let's take a look at our new characters. What can we give her? Elemental mastery is important. Do we got anything for cryo? Quality. What do we have? Not quite what I want. Attack and crit rate. Elemental mastery. have anything good for her? Might just do that for now. Wanderer's Troop would be a good one. Interesting. We can do the tiny miracle things. I don't need defense. This is actually a pretty good one. I can let her have that for now. For the things that I have, anyway. 17, 13. I guess we can throw that on her for now. And I guess that's okay too. Got a lot of good things.
Collecting rare and exquisite treasures. Yes, this seems suitably sophisticated.
Embrace the ice! Sakura swirl! Kamisato art! Sumetsu!
This'll be fun. This shall be fun. Alright. We'll go ahead and end the stream there. Thank you everybody for tuning in. You guys have a great rest of the week. I'm probably not going to be on tomorrow. I've got some other things happening. So stay tuned for the next time I hop on. You guys have a good one. Bye.